Hi my loves, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. Here in this channel we talk about relaxed hair care, hair growth tips, protective styling, and anything hair related. So if you know you're interested in this type of content, please consider subscribing to join the family. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys hair growth tips that you can implement this year in order to achieve your hair goals for the year. So I already made a part 1 of this video, and this is the part 2. So you can check out the part 1 of this video as well, and make sure to link it down in the description box below. So without further ado, we are just going to get started. And the first thing I'm going to be talking about is using silk or satin bonnets or pillowcases. Now the way we take care of our hair at night is as important as the way we take care of it during the day. So when you go to bed, you have to protect your hair. We have to take care of our hair even while sleeping. If not, it is possible that the result you got or the length retention you got during the day, you can lose that during the night. So in order to retain that length, in order to retain the health, in order to retain the moisture, you have to put on a satin or silk bonnet or use satin or silk pillowcases when you go to bed. This is important for a number of reasons. First of all, satin or silk bonnets or pillowcases tend to retain moisture in your hair. So after your moisturizing and sealing routine, if you want to retain that moisture, you have to use a satin or silk bonnet or pillowcase. This is unlike a cotton pillowcase or cotton materials in general that tend to dry your hair, that tend to suck out moisture from your hair. So using satin or silk materials tend to retain moisture in your hair and keep your hair moisturized. Another reason why using satin or silk material is important is that it creates less friction on your hair compared to a cotton material. A cotton material tends to create more friction on your hair, thereby leading to frizz, damage, and eventually breakage. Now, in order to prevent this, we have to use satin or silk bonnets or pillowcases. Now, moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is relaxer stretches. Now, this is my number 2 tip when it comes to growing my hair. I already talked about my number 1 tip in the first part of this video, so you can check that out. If you take only one thing from this video, let it be relaxer stretches. That is if you are relaxed though. So if you are relaxed, relaxer stretches should be a priority, because like it or not, relaxers are chemicals and they can be harmful to your hair when used in a wrong way. So many people say that they were natural, their hair was healthy, and when they transitioned to relaxed hair, their hair started breaking and they lost all their progress, all their results and everything. And one of the things that may be responsible for this is using relaxers wrongly, not the relaxers itself. We have to be careful with these products. We have to be careful with relaxers because they are not like moisturizers, they are not like deep conditioners where you can just apply on your hair and expect to see results. If you use relaxers wrongly, instead of seeing length retention, you are going to get breakage. So what relaxers do is to break down the protein bonds in our hair, and when the protein bonds are broken down, the coil pattern is lost or loosened, and thereby giving our hair a straighter look. Now when you relax a section of your hair and you apply another relaxer on that section, more protein bonds in that particular section is going to be broken down, and instead of just straightening your hair is going to become weaker and weaker and eventually break off. So that is the point where relaxer stretches come in. Relaxer stretches help you to prevent overlapping of relaxers, meaning there will be less tendency for you to apply the relaxers to previously relaxed hair. So usually the hair growth rate in a month is about half an inch to 1 inch per month. It varies from individual to individual. Now if you relax your hair every 8 weeks, it means that the maximum amount of new growth you are going to have is 2 inches. Guys, 2 inches is too small for you not to overlap your previously relaxed hair. So what relaxer stretches do is to give your hair enough new growth to work with, so that there is less tendency to apply the relaxer on the previously relaxed hair. So let's say, for example, you stretch your hair for 6 months. If your hair grows 1 inch every month, you have like 6 inches of new growth to work with. And if your hair grows half an inch a month, you have like 3 inches of new growth to work with. So guys, we can say that the longer you stretch your relaxer, the more new growth you have, the more room you have to apply your relaxer, the less risk of overlapping your relaxer and relaxing previously relaxed hair, which means over time your hair is not going to be weaker. Instead, you are going to see length retention. So that is why it is important for us to do relaxer stretches. And I am currently on a 1-year relaxer challenge. As at the last update I gave, I told you guys I was 9 months into this relaxer stretch. So another update is going to be coming up very soon, so please make sure to stay tuned for that. Now moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is maintaining a healthy diet with adequate hydration. Our hair responds not only to the products we put on it, but also to what we take in. So it's not just about putting moisturizers, putting oils, deep conditioners on your hair outside. What you take in internally is important as well, because whether we like it or not, our hair grows from our body. Our hair is produced from what we take into our bodies. So in order to keep our hair healthy and growing, there are different things involved: protein, oils, and all that, and all those literally come from our body. So if you don't give your body what it needs to grow healthy hair, your hair is not going to grow healthy hair. So we have to maintain a healthy diet. We have to take in adequate protein. We have to take in adequate water, guys. That is really very important, because I realize that so many of us don't take water like we should. I'm guilty of this as well, but I try as much as I can to take water to keep up with my daily requirements. So guys, we have to make sure that our diet is adequate, contains everything, the right proteins, vitamins, minerals, and take in water. We also have to try to cut out junk food. So limiting junk, processed, unhealthy food will actually be beneficial to our hair in the long run, not just the health of our hair, the health of our skin and the health of our body in general. So maintaining a healthy diet and hydration is important when it comes to growing your hair. Now moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is avoiding too frequent shampoo routines, or shampooing your hair too frequently. Now shampoos work by stripping your hair of the dirt, and when they strip your hair of the dirt, they do this to the oils as well. So they remove dirt and oils from your hair, and surface containing shampoos actually do this more. So even though shampoo removes the dirt, the build-up and all that, it also strips our hair of its natural oils. The healthy oils on the hair, on the scalp, are removed as well. So the more often you use a shampoo, the more your hair will tend to become drier. So that is why we have to find a balance and avoid shampooing our hair too frequently. For example, it is not necessary for you to wash your hair every single day. Guys, that is just too much. Apart from the fact that it's going to make your hair more dry, it's also too much manipulation on the hair, which I talked about in the first part of this video. So we want to try and avoid too much manipulation on the hair, as well as try to retain the healthy natural oils in our hair as much as possible. So the more you shampoo your hair, the more these oils are going to be removed. So we have to cut back on our shampoo routines if you are already shampooing your hair too frequently. So like I said, shampooing your hair every day is not necessary. Every 2 days may not be necessary. I think there was even a time I tried shampooing my hair every week when I was stuck at mid-back length. That I was at a growth plateau, and guys, this was just too much manipulation from my hair. I realized that it was just too much. For those of you that wash your hair every week, if it works for you, keep doing that. But basically, try to shampoo your hair only when necessary. If your scalp is clean, if your hair is clean, I don't see a reason why you should go on to shampoo your hair. It also depends on other things. For example, if you go to the gym a lot, you are going to sweat a lot, and you are going to tend to have more build up. So people like that have to shampoo their hair more compared to those that don't go to the gym or don't sweat a lot. So it depends on a lot of factors, but try to avoid shampooing your hair more often than necessary. Now moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is protect your hair from the sun. Now so many of us are guilty of this. Sometimes I'm guilty of it as well. When we go out into the sun with our skin, sometimes we can feel that burning hot sensation on our skin. Guys, just imagine how that is going to be on your hair over time, like continually. Guys, the sun can damage your hair over time if you don't protect your hair from it. It can lead to dryness, frizzy hair discoloration. So in order to avoid all this, we have to make sure to protect our hair from the sun. There are different ways of doing this. You can use sunscreen on your hair, you can use hat on your hair, you can use caps on your hair. There are even protective styles that you can install that can protect your hair from the sun. Protective styles like wigs. Yes guys, that is why right now, apart from the fact that I love wigs as a protective style, I also love it for the fact that it protects my hair from the sun. So your hair is entirely tucked in under a wig, there is no contact with the sun and all that. Another protective style that is excellent with this is sew-ins, and that is why I love sew-ins as well. Just that I don't think I have gotten sew-ins now in like 4 years, and that is because I have not been to a salon in years. And even though in the future I may try to learn how to install sew-ins on my hair myself, currently I don't know how to do that, so that is why I don't install sew-ins currently. But yeah guys, we can see that there are different ways of protecting our hair from the sun, so we literally have no excuse. So from products like sunscreens to clothing like hats, caps, and to protective styles like wigs and sew-ins. So yeah guys, in order for us to retain length, we also have to protect our hair from the sun. Now moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is to experiment with new products if your current products aren't working. I am not talking about the situation where we use a product just once and then when our hair doesn't grow 10 inches overnight, we look for the next available product. That's not what I'm talking about guys. When it comes to length retention, when it comes to hair growth, we have to be patient, we have to be consistent as well. So when we try a new product, we have to try that product long enough in order to determine if it is not working for our hair. Now when you've tried a product over a reasonable period and it doesn't seem to be giving you the results you want, then we can try new products. There is no need sticking with the same product for years if it's not giving you what you want, and that is why we have to experiment with new products when our current product isn't working. If the current product is giving you what your hair needs and what you want for your hair, I don't see a need getting a new one. In my hair goals video, I shared with you guys that I am not going to be getting any new products this year except for refills. So I am not going to be experimenting with new products because all the products I have right now currently give my hair what it needs and what I want. So that is why I am not going to be experimenting with new products. So if your current products are working for you, if you are getting the results you need and the results you want, there is no need experimenting with new products. But if you are not seeing the results you want, if you probably need moisture and the products you are using aren't giving you the amount of moisture you want, or you want to give your hair a protein treatment but the product you are using doesn't give you the results you want to see, then we can experiment with new products, try new things. Only with experimentation can you discover what is best for your hair. Because if I didn't experiment, all the products I'm using today, I would not be using them. And let me say this again, I am so much in love with all the products I use now, from my heat protectant to my moisturizing deep conditioners, protein deep conditioners, my leave-in and everything. But if I didn't experiment, I would not have come across this product. So if your current products aren't working for you, you have to experiment with new products. Now moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is using cotton t-shirts or microfiber towels rather than a regular towel to dry your hair. Cotton t-shirts and microfiber towels are generally more gentle on the hair compared to a regular towel, so using regular towels on your hair can be damaging, guys. So if you have been doing this before, stop it immediately. General towels are more rough on the hair, they create more friction, they can create frizz, they can create split ends. But when you tend to use cotton t-shirts or a microfiber towel that is more gentle, all these things can be avoided. So after a wash routine, when you want to dry your hair, you have to use a cotton t-shirt or a microfiber towel. Now the cotton doesn't even have to be a t-shirt, you can use a cotton scarf. I use both, so I use cotton t-shirts, I use cotton scarf, but recently I have been using more of cotton scarves. So as long as the material you are going to use is cotton and it can wrap around your hair, or it's a microfiber towel, you are good. Now moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is change the positions of your buns or ponytails. Now this applies to whether your hair is in a long-term protective style or not. So whether your hair is in braids with extensions, is in twists, is in mini twists, or your hair is just in a simple bun without any form of extensions, you have to make sure you switch up the positions of those protective style, because what happens when you don't switch them up is that tension is created on the same part of the hair over a long time, and if this continues, that part of the hair is going to become weaker and break off. So in order to avoid this, we have to change the positions of our buns or ponytails. You can decide to make it a high bun this week, make it a low bun next week, or you can decide to put your ponytail on the right this week and next week you put your ponytail on the left. So we have to make sure that we switch the positions of our protective styles. This way tension will not be applied on the same part of the hair over time, and there will be less risk of breakage. So yeah guys, in order for us to see length retention and avoid breakage, we have to change the position of our protective styles, especially when it comes to our buns and ponytails. So we've talked about 16 tips so far. We have 8 more tips to go in order to complete the 24 hair growth tips, and I don't want to make this video too long again, so I am going to have to create a part 3, which is going to be the last part of this video series. So make sure to stay tuned and watch out for the part 3. So yeah guys, if you watched this video this far and you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new here and you aren't subscribed, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell so that you'll be the first to get notified whenever I post a new video. So yeah guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.